forward. The big question is, look at Klopp. We know he's leaving. It's sad to even talk about him leaving, but the reality is he's gone on the summer. Question is who comes in. I know Xabi Alonso, ex-Liverpool player, Spanish international, doing wonders at Bayern Leverkusen, of course. I think he was a 33 unbeaten, something like that, some record in the Bundesliga. If he comes in, I mean, I think he'd be a perfect fit. But it is hard. Like, it's not a guarantee everything's just going to flow, you know, that type of way. But out of all the people being talked about, do you think he's the most likely?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think he is. He's the outstanding candidate for me because I think he ticks all the boxes. I think you look at his body of work and you look at the job he's done at Leverkusen, you know, with remarkable when he walked in there. I think, what was it, October 2022, when they were 17th, I think, in the Bundesliga, and now to be, was it 8 points clear at the top, and, you know, demolished Bayern recently. You know, it's almost going to take a bit of an implosion for them not to win the title. So that's a hell of an achievement. And I know people will say, well, it's one season, it's not a big body of work. But, you know, I don't go along with that. I just think, you know, he's doing it here and now. Like, why do you need to? I don't need to see any more from Xabi Alonso to know that he's got it. Also, you look at who he played under his careers. He's playing so many elite managers, and anyone that's ever met Xabi Alonso, and I was fortunate enough to interview him quite a few times when he was at Liverpool as a player. He was always one that you thought, yeah, he'll be a manager one day. Like a real deep thinker, tactician, studied the game, you know, intelligent, thoughtful. You know,
and he was a good player himself.
Yeah, and then. And of course, like, and I think it helps as well that he has that emotional attachment with the club because his son was born in the city. You know, he obviously, you know, he didn't really want to leave. I think he felt like, you know, obviously there was that situation as a player when Liverpool had tried to sign Gareth Barry the year before, and he felt that, you know, that was, you know, not a respectful way that they'd gone about things. And of course, Real Madrid presents itself, and he goes off there. But his love for Liverpool never dimmed. I know that from having interviewed him. I went to Bayern Munich when he was in his last season as a player and spent some time with him there. And you know, he was so positive about like Liverpool as a club and Liverpool as a city, and you know, loving the people. And
that's the key. I think you've just hit it there, the nail on the head. I think you're bringing in a manager that knows the history, the heritage, the fan base, the club itself. Is huge. I think it's huge.
Yeah. Because I think Liverpool, whether I know, you know, people from rival clubs scoff at this, but I do think
we are different. We are different.
I think just in terms of the way that Liverpool fans and the people regard managers as well. You almost expect them to be more than a football manager. You're a figurehead. Yeah. You're an ambassador. You're expected to fight your corner, and that's why someone like, you know, Roy Hodgson never got it. He was never a Liverpool manager. It was completely alien to him. He didn't understand the area. He didn't understand the people. That's why he put his foot in it every time he spoke publicly. It felt like during the horrid 6. But Alonso gets it, and so yeah. I mean, well, we know obviously he's not short of offers because Bayern Munich have made no secret of the fact they would love him to take over from Thomas Tuchel at the end of the season, but. Personally, I'd be really surprised if he chose Bayern ahead of Liverpool, and not because of like any rose-tinted glasses, but just because I think when you take a step back and look at it, you think, well, hang on a minute, if you win the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen, like where's the real, what is really kind of firing you up about the prospect of taking over at Bayern? Because you win the league at Bayern, and everyone shrugged their shoulders and says, well, you should do that.
It's a bit like PSG, really, isn't it? Similar.
Yeah. I don't
to win it, really, you know.
And I think also when you look at Alonso's managerial, like, stroke coaching career so far, he's actually been very clever in terms of he had lots of offers, he's turned down lots of things. He went back to Sociedad. He started off in the youth ranks. It was like he's very meticulous in terms of like. No. I'm not just going to like, that might be a bigger, better job now, but that might not be the right one for me now. And I think he's he's kind of plotted that pathway. So yeah, it's going to be intriguing, because I think on the one hand, I think he would only be human if he thought, do I really want to be the guy to follow in the footsteps of Jurgen Klopp? Because, you know, following on from an icon is incredibly difficult. But the flip side of that is, you look at the squad you'd be inheriting, and it's like, how could you turn that down? You know, how could you? It's not like there's a lot of surgery to be done on that squad. Yeah, there's some big decisions on the horizon, not least you've got Salah and Alexander-Arnold coming into the last year of their contracts this summer. You know, we don't know what's going to happen with the Saudi pursuit of Salah. We don't know even whether he would want that to happen. But you know, there could be a scenario where you're having to replace someone like that. But it's not like whoever comes in isn't going to need to sign 5 or 6 players, because that's just not what you're inheriting.
Yeah. No, but look, it's a huge job still. I mean, Liverpool will have expectations and stuff. I hope we get him. I think he's the man for the job. Let's see.